Hi, welcome to Quilt 101. I'm Wendy and my beautiful daughter Emily.
Hello.
Today we're going to talk about our meet in the middle pattern.
All right, guys, so we are going to open up a kit for the meet in the middle pattern. So I just want to show you what all the kit entails. So it comes with the pattern, and then it also comes with the fabric that you chose. So we have, here's the backing, we have the binding, which we have already cut into 3.5 inch strips for you.
2.5 inch.
2.5 inch. Thank you. What would I do without you? Goodness. And then it also comes with the triangles to make the quilt top. So I just want to show you first kind of how you lay these out, because I don't know, it kind of plays a trick on the eye, and I love it because it looks more complicated than what it really is. But really what we're doing is we are making squares. I don't know if you can see that. So these are just two triangles that we put together to make a square, and then how we rearrange it makes these cool big triangle patterns. So now we're going to teach you how to lay out the meet in the middle quilt. So we have our triangle pieces, and then what you want to do first is just lay it all out on the floor or on a table so you can kind of get a good idea of what it's going to look like and what colors, because for here you want to position the darkest, the two dark ones need to be pointing towards each other, and the same with the two lighter ones need to be pointing towards each other. So just lay it out on the floor until you like it. And then what we are going to do is we're going to make a square with these triangles. And so we are going to first
Before we do this, Emily,
yeah.
let me just show you something.
Yeah.
Okay, so whenever you cut the fabric on a diagonal and it goes across the grain, it creates a biased edge, which is stretchy. So if you can see that, you see how it stretches? This side is not. So because of the biased edge, you want to make sure that you pin it frequently, probably every 3 to 4 inches max, to make sure it stays square. Otherwise, you're gonna tend to pull it, and it's gonna get wonky and out of square.
That's very true. Yeah. So what we'll do then is we will pin it. So we will fold it. Thanks for the reminder. We're going to fold it, and then we are going to pin. Starting from the center, you always start pinning from the center, and then we're just going to work our way out. And then what, are you pinning just every couple inches?
Every couple of inches. Yeah, you'll really be glad that you took the time to do this.
And there's really not that many seams that you have to sew, and it's worth it.
All right. One more for the end.
I got it.
Oh, you got it?
And then do you want to sew this, Mom?
Sure. Glasses.
Then I'm going to get the iron heating up while she is.
All right,
doing that.
so we're just doing a 1/4 inch. When you get to those pins, just take those pins out.
Here. This thing's nice because it's magnetic, and so you can just throw all the pins right on here. Do you want to throw them on here?
I'm concentrating.
Oh, sorry.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. Let's get out of. If it gets out of alignment, just take a second and line it back up.
This has taken a minute to do, and there's only 4 of these squares that you have to make. And so this quilt, I mean, it comes together really, really quickly. And so if you're pressed for time or you just want something done pretty quickly, this is a great quilt. Oh, there you go.
Something nice about the magnetic holders.
Yeah.
I love doing this. You go beep, and it picks all your pins up. It's just kind of fun.
It's very nice whenever you drop pins on the floor and you are having a hard time finding them. You just kind of wave this over the floor and it picks them all up. So that's fun.
All right.
All right.
There you go.
So we're going to go over to the ironing board and just press the seam open. So at the ironing board, we are going to first set the seam. So that just helps us get a nice crisp line. Makes it look better in the end. And then what we're gonna do is we always iron to the dark side. So with the light, we're going to hold this up at a 90-degree angle and then press this down. So that way we make sure that the seam has a nice crease in it on the bottom. All right. So that is pretty much done now. And if you can see my mom over here, we went ahead and sewed up the rest of the blocks earlier. But we want to kind of show you how you can match up, all the squares as well. And so it makes it look, and so you can finish the top. So we want to kind of like tell them what you're doing, Mom.
So pattern looks great. We've got this row already sewn. So now we're just going to sew this row. Same thing, just flip it, right sides together. You want to make sure everything is matched up, and you'll see where these seams, you want to line those up so they are right on top of each other. You're going to pin it. Pin that. Then you're just going to pin it about every few inches, just making sure that the edges are lined up.
Yeah.
This isn't as much of a biased edge, so, but pinning is always important. It's a step you don't want to miss.
You always regret not doing it.
Yep. Then we're just going to pin these together, or sew it, I'm sorry. Whoop. Okay, this is a good thing right here. Okay, since I'm hurrying and wasn't thinking about it as much, sometimes when you have these are called half square triangles, by the way. When you,
yeah.
Do you see how both of the big edges are together? Sometimes your needle doesn't want to sew through it. So if that happens, I typically go up about an inch and I just start sewing from there. And then I'll come back, I'll show you. So we just kind of finish the row. Always make sure it's staying where you need it to. All right, then I'll just flip it over. Instead of that thicker beginning being the very first, I make it the end, and then it just sews right over it. So I'm glad it did that to me so I could remember to tell you about that.
I know.
Because that happens. Then it gets all a bunch of threads.
Do they need to trim those?
The little dog ears you will trim. These are the little dog ears that stick up right here. So I'll just use these. I have some little snips. You just want to snip those off.
It just creates cleaner lines and less bulk.
Yep. Oh, got to iron?
Yeah, let's iron this first. All right, press the seam. Then alrighty. Oh, you've got such a good, they met. Look at that seam right there. They're perfect. Match up beautifully, mother.
Thank you. Doesn't always happen, but it's always nice when everything matches up just right.
Yes.
It makes you smile.
Okay.
Alrighty.
That.
So this is it to this quilt. This is just so easy. So now we're just going to line these edges up like that. It looks good. Bring the right sides together. Same thing here, match up those centers.
Yeah, the centers are really important to match up because your eye instantly goes to right there. And so if those aren't matched, like if those seams right there aren't matched up, then it kind of throws off the whole aesthetics of it. So yeah, make sure that those middle seams.
Oh, sorry.
I should laugh. I should laugh.
Oh, these pins hurt. Careful. Don't stab yourself.
Sharp pins are nice because they go through fabric easier, but they make it hurt a lot more.
But they really hurt when you stab your finger.
Oh.
Alrighty. If the edges, you're going to do a little bit of trimming at the end. So if the edges aren't perfectly lined up, you can kind of play with it a little bit. But at the very end, you do a little bit of trimming anyways.
Yeah, right after you quilt it.
All righty. Here we go. Actually, there's always a little bit of adjusting as we go.
So that took us, what, like 30 minutes to do all that? If even?
Yep.
So, I mean, once you sandwich it and quilt it and bind it, I mean, that adds a couple of hours to it. But, I mean, within an afternoon, this is a project that is, I mean, it's doable.
So if you get to a spot that has a lot of seams in one spot, sometimes it's a little bit hard. So if you kind of take the other side of the fabric and just give it a little bit of a tug, just a gentle tug, it'll kind of help it over that bump of fabric. Alrighty, we are on the final stretch here, people.
Trying to decide if I like the pink or teal one better. It's hard. I love them both. What about you, Mom? Do you have a favorite?
I'm a pink girl.
Are you? Yes, you are.
I like pink. I have 4 girls and 1 boy, so we have seen a lot of
pink.
Actually, my son, when he had his first walking pictures, he was in a pink sleeper.
Hopefully Brent doesn't see this video then.
Yes.
He doesn't know.
I like pink. Alrighty.
All right, last seam to iron. All right, so first just lightly set the seam. And then we are just going to fold over and press it open. Well, thank you, Mommy. Yeah, just get this a little bit. Okay, and I think I think that's it. We're done. That was easy. Well, you did most of the sewing. It was easy for me, but if you want to show them that.
What's going on? Never mind. There we go. That's it, people. See how easy that is? You can do it.